Hi, it is very important to understand the depths of the human suffering. It is so important to know why you are suffering right now. It is very important to understand the purpose of your suffering. So, not all pain is a problem. Some pain has a specific reason why it's happening, and therefore you need to know it so you can relieve yourself from the prospect of thinking that something or someone is doing something to you. So there are two different levels of suffering. The first suffering is the suffering that has happened to us from childhood, from our parents' conditioning, and this suffering is specific to our problems that happens into the conscious mind, how we live our lives, how we are enslaved in everything we do. So all that is part of a program has been running because of our conditioning. Now there is the other suffering, the suffering that needs to happen, and this suffering is important. It's called the pain teacher. It's a teacher that we learn from it. But do you learn from pain? Do you have the capacity to understand what pain is all about? Or you're just going into poor little me and you're going back into self destruction. So you need to understand where your suffering comes from. And every suffering, no matter how difficult it is, can become an opportunity to help you shift into a better dimension, into a better reality. It depends how you perceive it, and it depends where you are at. So, the method to start detaching from your pain is to understand how to love yourself. Right. Now, if you think you know how to love yourself, if you think you know how to love anybody else, I have some news for you. You don't, right? Because you have never learned how to love. Your parents have never loved you. I know it might sound a little bit extreme, but your parents did everything they could with the knowledge, the awareness, and everything they were possessing, but that's not love. That is a program. That is a story. To be able to tap into love, you need to let go of your own suffering and your own pain in many ways by decomposing all the little elements of your suffering. Then you free yourself and you allow yourself to experience higher frequencies. You see, we are not alone. We are the keepers. We are the guardians of the third dimension. And part of what we're supposed to do is to ascend, to try and move above what we have or what we think we are. To be able to do that, you need to let go of your trauma. And it may be masked as your own addictions, your own um, anxiety, your own stresses. You might have gained weight and you are obese, or you may have lost a lot of weight and you are anorexic. So, everything that happens to our physical body is an indication of what's happening to our mental emotional body, which is an indication of what kind of program we are running, and also it is a small indication of where we're at in life. Everything, everything can be used to help us ascend. Some of us have managed to go through a huge process of transformation where they have been able to um, evolve in many ways. I won't say enlightenment, I won't say they have gone into spaces that some of the divine masters who came here and they managed to achieve, we have achieved. All I'm saying is that some of us have gone through a very tough process learning about themselves, going into the jungles, eating rocks, um, being smashed by spirits, being taken over by spirits, having mental emotional blockages, all these ADHDs, all these bipolars, all these autistic things. They're all indications of how beautiful and powerful we are. Now, unfortunately, we don't know how to use them properly and to learn from it. That's why I'm inviting you today to write down what is your problem. Start from just write down what is your problem. Begin with that. And as you run down the whole process of your problems and your challenges, then you can be able to understand where they come from, because you have to see similarities that they have happened to other people's lives around you. So you start seeing that this is not your own suffering. And the reason why I'm describing this process is because your suffering is my suffering. I don't want to ascend on my own. I don't feel that this is my process in life. I feel that personally, my process in life is to help you ascend. That's what I'm doing on this planet. That's my process. My process is my legacy, if you want to call it. Um, the reason why I live here is because I want people to heal, and the more you heal, the more I love. For me, love and healing are very, very close, because I find this peace within me when you learn how to heal yourself. And it doesn't matter if I help you or someone else helps you. All it matters is that you let go even a tiny little bit of suffering, because a little bit of less suffering from you is a little bit less suffering from everyone. And we cannot move this planet anywhere unless we let go a little bit of suffering at a time. You can do it. I am doing it. People have done it. And there's no other way. Because fortunately or unfortunately, we don't run the show on this planet. We're supposed to, but others do. And I'm sick and tired of giving my power away to others. Doesn't matter if the others are religion, doesn't matter if the others are government. It doesn't really matter what kind of institutions have taken over my power and your power. All it matters is that every single human being have the capacity to ascend, and I mean it. Now, I've explained a couple of things about the suffering and the pain. I will keep going into those videos every Wednesday, where I will be explaining more and more and more about the suffering. And most of the information that I'm sharing with you, it is not mine. It doesn't come from a book that I wrote or a book that I've read. Maybe bits and pieces might be somewhere out there, but mainly and mostly this information is directed, linked from a different space. Let's leave it that way. A different space. A space where these beautiful beings want you to be free and want you to be in love. And that's what I want you as well. So if you want that for yourself and others, keep watching every Wednesday and share it, subscribe, and share the message. Let others know that this channel will be a channel that will help you evolve. And I'm not alone, there's a lot of us. So I wish you a beautiful watch of this video. Go out there, share more information, learn from others, and start letting go some of the suffering that you have and we all have.